Hello and welcome to the most mini ass paper jam ever. I am Kate the Great, and I want to talk about Cuba without at all talking about Cuba. Aggie. Mostly I'm going to use a metaphor. Let me just start. God bless. Hope you've been well. The United States operates like the mafia, okay? After World War II, so in the middle of the 1940s, 1945, the United States was very much cemented as the world power, like the strongest country, the biggest, the most influence, da da da. Cool. The way that we operate in terms of our doing business with the rest of the world is very much like the mafia. Okay? I'm going to use just a metaphor because it fucking is. I hope you can see this kind of. Okay. Imagine the mafia is in control of a little town. Okay? The town has a gas station, a fruit stand, a vegetable stand, a store with minerals, a store with metals, everything, wheat, whatever, whatever. Cool. One day, Mr. Vegetable Stand comes, and there's somebody that's been outside of his veggie stand all night. The man says to him, I've been protecting your cart all night, bro. I've been protecting your produce. Oh, thank you. I didn't never ask you to do that or anything, but I appreciate it. That's no problem. It is going to be $100. What? But I never asked you to protect. Are we about to have a problem? I said it's going to be $100 for the protection that you never asked for. And I will be coming to collect that every week. I don't want no fucking problems. Here, take the $100. Whatever. Fine. Cool. They also sometimes, the vegetable stand needs to give the mafia free vegetable when they ask for it. Things like this, right? This continues to happen throughout all different stores. Very much cooperation because of intimidation. Does that make sense? In terms of like, we're going to protect you. Do you have a fucking problem with us protecting you? If you don't let us protect you, we'll fuck your whole life up. Okay. So, great. There are a few other little stores in another neighborhood. Let's say one of them is a sugar store. Mafia does the same thing. Station a guy outside of the sugar shack and say, hey, we protected your sugar all night, bro. You're welcome. You owe us $100. Mr. Sugar says, no, I'm not giving you no $100. Mafia says, you're what? He says, I'm not giving you $100. You're not going to extort me. Mafia says, oh, we'll see about that. Later that night, Mr. Shug has already gone home. His closer, the closing employee, is there. Mafia comes in, pistol whip the fuck out of the cashier, reach in the cash register and take $100. Mafia gets their way one way or another. Mr. Sugar says, baby, I'm so sorry that happened to you. You take you some paid time off. But we're not fucking paying the mafia $100 for this. Let me get a gun real quick and da 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 da. Okay. Sugar refuses on a moral principle to work with the mafia because they say, no, you're not about to bully me into doing what you say. That's not right. Therefore, it continues to go like this. The cashier gets beat up. One day the person comes in, all the bags were slashed, there's sugar all over the fucking place. Now they got to sweep up all this sugar, and it ain't Big Sugar who's sweeping up all the sugar. It ain't Mr. Sugar doing it. It's his employees and shit. So his employees are pissed at him. They say, what the fuck, Mr. Shug? Just do what the fuck the mafia says. That would make shit easier. And Mr. Shug is like, fuck that shit. Based on principle, I'm not doing that. That's wrong. I'm not letting this man's intimidation change up the whole way we do things. That's not right. X, Y's, and Z's. Now, one of these stores, the fruit store, whatever the hell, who, they have kids, they go on for generation. Those kids were born into mafia is all they know, you know, and they know that it's fucked up. They're like, damn, bro, my grandfather had to pay this little bitch ass $100 every week for no reason. This is so messed up. I shouldn't have to do this shit. They recognize that what the mafia does is not cool, although they were born within it. Okay, they recognize that. They see Mr. Suge and they're like, hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Way to stick it to the man. You're so gangster for this. Like, you're so tough. Way to stand your ground. For sure. Baby Suge is like, you fuck with him. This asshole gets us. I have to come in and sweep sugar every day because this dickhead won't just do what the hell your boss says. And they're like, well, my boss is an asshole, so he's doing the right thing. And they're like, fuck, he's doing the right thing. I get pistol whipped every time he doesn't. Okay? In this fat metaphor that I'm using, the sugar store is Cuba. Okay? The mafia is the United States. The kid who realizes that Mr. Sugar, aka Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, the kid who is like, hell yeah, they're hardcore, is a leftist in the United States. Baby Suge don't want to hear that shit. And I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? Although at the end of the day, my politic and my belief is like, you fuck yes. Like, duh. As somebody born into the mafia, I recognize that the biggest evil in this whole situation is the mafia, is the fact that it is a terrorist, a belligerent occupier who will torture you until you do what they say. Okay? But if you weren't born within this system, if you were born within this system, which is one of we persevere. You know what's easier than persevering? Thriving already. Does that make sense? At the end of the day, I totally understand, and agree with the vegetable child. The kid that was born into this mafia situation who sees it. However, I don't think that the appropriate communicator of the mafia's brutality is this one who is also focusing on, no, your leader is actually gangster as fuck, and here's why. Because they hate their leader, so they don't want to hear that shit. I don't know. I think this communication is a difficult one, maybe damn near impossible. But I think when the white, the American leftist, let's say they're white, the white American leftist tells the black person who came here 4 years ago, fresh off the sugar company thing, you understand? To be like, well, actually, as it exists with the bourgeoisie and existing in the heart of empire, and they don't want to hear that shit. So I don't know who is the right communicator for that. And I do indeed think that, and I've said this 100 times, activism is a relay race, dog. We should not, all of us shouldn't do every leg of the race, because there are certain legs that I'm not good at that you might be better at. But I understand how it's fucking not going to be received well if a white person from the heart of empire who has multiple degrees and this, that, and the third, what a Cuban one has a degree too. Shut the fuck. Oh, I hope I didn't break my microphone when I just headbutted you. Sorry. I don't know who is supposed to communicate this in terms of like, no, brother, the biggest evil is us, not your government. I think it's more of a thing of like, if hypothetically there is a Cuban that's like, fuck Fidel, or there is an Iranian person that's like, fuck the Ayatollah, instead of trying to refute them, instead of trying to be like, no, here's why they're actually the shit, leave that part alone. Fuck that shit. Let them have their own feelings about that. You never lived under that politician, so whatever. Like, even if you, okay, just be like, yeah. You remember that time America bombed you? Like, come from what you know, from what you. I understand how it can seem to a Cuban person elitist as fuck for somebody born and raised in the United States to sit here and tell them how worthy their suffering was, when they're like, yeah, I didn't want to fucking do that. I didn't want to suffer. He should have just gave in. My life would have been easier had he just gave in. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, I'm gonna rewatch this and see if anything is a coherent thought. May God bless you. Oh, this right here is Caridad del Cobre. Her name is Caridad, Our Lady of Charity. This is the patron saint. It's a Mary apparition that occurred in Cuba. She's important. Love that. Okay, bye.